on an off-grid home in the Rockies. When we bought our property in 2019, we knew there was no municipal services up here, so we needed to have a solar array. As our build progressed, we struggled to find a installer who would do anything off-grid. Everybody wanted a municipal tie-in. Lots of Googling later, I came across South Basin Renewables and Ralph. He was more than willing to take a look and see what he could do. And as you can see, he has done a phenomenal job. We wanted to ideally not rely on our backup propane generator throughout the winter, and so we designed the system for that. And as of right now, it's producing way more power than we need in the summer, and I imagine through the winter it will be phenomenal and we won't have to rely on that generator.
And I think in the long term, we also designed this system to be able to hook up an EV charger.
Yes.
You had mentioned that down the road you'd like to have an EV, and as we started looking at the numbers, and for example, the average Tesla has about a 70 kilowatt hour battery underneath it, and we didn't want to take 2 or 3 days to recharge the Tesla.
Correct.
So we purposefully oversized this array to charge his Tesla in a much more reasonable, or whatever EV he gets, sorry, in a much more reasonable time. But yeah, walk me over to the generator, and then let's go take a look inside this beautiful cabin. Who was the general contractor that you used on this project?
Notlog Homes.
Notlog Homes, okay.
KNOT.
And as we'll see in a moment, they did a phenomenal job with all of the build material inside. But yeah, so here's our backup generator. It's a Briggs & Stratton PP13. And the only purpose that this is going to serve is to recharge the battery loads during periods of extended poor weather. So, and it will be able to recharge the batteries in a couple hours. There's all of our disconnects. Wire goes under the home and into the house, which Mr. Sharkowski will now show us. It's a beautiful wraparound deck.
It's phenomenal. This is better than we had dreamed.
And you plan to spend more time here 5 to 10 years down the road, is that right?
Yeah, we built this with the intention to possibly retire here.
Okay.
We will spend a lot of summers up here, Christmas, Thanksgiving, anytime we can get up the mountain, we'll probably be here on weekends.
Nice. So, this wood pops out as soon as I walk in. Where did this wood come from?
This is actually local wood from the property. There's a lot of dead pine and a fair amount of trees that had to be cleared out for the property and the fire perimeter. So Clint was like, I can bring those down to the mill and turn them into your trim as well as your around the windows. And I was like, yes, please. The back of behind the cook stove is all local rock as well, which is phenomenal. It's just very cool. Connects us to the mountain.
Nice, nice. Now let's look at some of these appliances here. So the first thing I noticed, you have an oven and a stove combo and a refrigerator. And,
yes.
You're off-grid.
Yes.
Tell me about that. How did you decide on these appliances?
So we have propane, obviously, for the backup generator. That's its power source. We also need propane for our heating source and hot water. The stove itself is propane, gas-powered propane with electric starters. So we need a little electricity for that. That works phenomenal. The fridge was an interesting choice. We're going back and forth between propane and electric. Our builder actually lives on the mountain as well and said, you have enough power from what Ralph designed that you can just get a normal fridge. So this is a normal, very efficient, one of the smallest draws I could find, but it is a normal fridge that's been working, and it's been great. Like, it draws the...
Yeah, I'm looking here, 454 kW estimated yearly.
Yeah,
and that's very efficient.
And on our inverter or monitoring software, like, it doesn't draw; it's drawing nothing.
Yeah, let's go take a look at that now. Actually, right. So show me where all the equipment ended up at.
So we had a utility room, batteries.
Yes.
Solar arc.
So this is a Briggs & Stratton battery cabinet with their Amplify battery product. Each battery is 3.8 kilowatt hours, and 75 amp hours of energy. They are combined in parallel, and you can see our battery warmers that we put back here. Pads are in the back. Battery comes into the inverter. These are toroids. Here's where all of our solar ties in. Here's our generator, and here's our load panel wires, along with a surge protective device. And if we take a look at the display right now, we can see that the home is currently drawing, let me try to, there we go, about half a kilowatt, so 560 watts of energy. And the way that this is programmed is to first send that juice to the home loads and then charge the batteries. This particular system can actually produce a peak of over 6 kilowatt hours of energy, but in an off-grid system, there's nowhere for the excess energy to go. So the Solark is telling the solar array to only send what the home loads need right now because the battery is at 100% state charge.
Hi, I'm Ralph with South Face Renewables. This is where the magic happens when I'm not in the field. That project was truly a pleasure to work on. It took us actually 1 year from when that foundation was first poured. We did the ground mount and all the underground work in one season, and then we had to wait for the following spring to complete the project. But it was really fun to see that vision come to life. We'd be more than thrilled to work on your off-grid or grid-type project. www.southfacerenewables.com. Look forward to working with you.